not beyond just that was the reality of my life. There was some story or some experience that I carried with myself that I was sort of shameful about, and it was not because I felt I wasn't good enough. And so when I start to become conscious of these things and seeing how by me living in the story of not being good enough, how that translated in my life, and how I didn't feel confident to do certain things or try new things, or it's not even worth it, I don't care.
Yeah.
I start noticing when I say I don't care, and I started to see all that, and then I started to see, wow, if I'm the one creating my experience of myself, and I'm the one focusing on all the things that are missing about me, then can I focus on all the things that are great about me? Can I really actually put myself on the scale of life and acknowledge the extraordinary things, the extraordinary, that I have, an amazing relationship with my parents, that me and my parents have an amazing, loving relationship, and that's unique in itself, that's beautiful in itself. That I have a life where I have, had such a great life where I get that my life is about being kind and being of service in the world, and that I have the consciousness to say, wow, my life is about contributing and being of service in the world, and then really looking, wow, what is more important than being of service in the world, being kind in the world.
Yeah.
That's as big as Mahatma Gandhi's life, which we're all inspired by Mahatma Gandhi. He just kept on, his religion was kindness. His life was about being kind, and he walked that path, and he really lived that. And it wasn't like there was anything other about him that he actually really just devoted his life to being a loving, kind human being.
Yeah.
And started seeing, wow, I have that same potential to be a really kind, loving human being on this planet, taking care of the community that I'm a part of, the people that I'm around, and started to see how powerful that was. And when I started to see how powerful that was, other people started to see how powerful that was, such that I was able to become more of a leader inside of that. And everywhere I went, people knew me as someone who inspired other people to live in community and take care of one another, and showing the value that, because what I discovered at one point was, love is all we're looking for. Love is all that there is. We are trying to be successful so that we can get the love. But love is not something to get. Love is a quality of being. It's something that comes from inside.
Yeah.
And we can only receive love if we are being love. That's why I have this tattoo. Be love.
That's awesome.
I don't know if you can see it.
Be love.
Be love. There it is. And so, I've basically really created that as my mission for who I can be in the world, is really being love. And that I really saw that I could become an architect, and I could go to college, and I could do all these things such that I could, so my parents would give me approval, and then I'd feel love from them, such that I'd feel accomplished, such that I could go confidently walk up to a woman and be like, yeah, I'm an architect, yeah, I design multi-million-dollar skyscrapers, do you love me? So it's like, and really looking at that, that's the place we're all heading to anyways, and seeing that we don't need to, we can skip all those things that are those are all attempts at trying to get this experience.
Yeah.
Whereas just looking at what would you do? This is a great question that I ask myself many times throughout my life.
Oh, okay.
What would you do if no one, if you were on an island? What would you find yourself doing if no one was watching, and you couldn't tell anybody about what you were doing? What would be the things that you love to do, no matter who's watching, who you get to tell about it? Like, what would you find yourself doing, no matter if anyone, if you were on the world, if you were on the earth alone, or just if no one ever knew about it? You know, 'cause,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we do things to be noticed, or
Or
we do
to
things,
like,
yeah.
to receive recognition.
Yeah, exactly. So what are the things that you love to do? And you do them whether you got paid to, you do them whether you, no matter what the circumstances are, what would you find yourself doing?
Right. See, that's interesting. I don't like I feel like if I put myself on an island, eventually I'd find out. But right now, like I think, like I'm really into raw food just because of what it does for me, and right now I'm majoring in chemistry, and I like chemistry because it seems like it's like a puzzle or something,
Mm-hmm.
and I like teaching, and I like dancing, and I have all these things that I like, but I haven't really like, found like the one. But it's interesting about what you said. I feel like a lot of society nowadays sort of pigeonholes people into having to go to university, having to like get a college degree, and it's almost become sort of the norm. I stopped going to the University of British Columbia. It was awful. It was like I felt at one point I was juggling like trying to deal with having to study something I was absolutely not interested in anymore. I had a girlfriend, and I had to dealing with trying to keep my business afloat, my painting business afloat, and just everything crashed down. And when I came back, I felt like the most defeated person like on the entire planet. I was just like, I couldn't even pick myself up.
And how long ago was that?
I feel like that was a year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago.
Because 2 years ago I would have been running the business, and it ended in summer. And so
How
I
old are you?
came back. I'm 21.
You're 21.
Yeah.
So let's just point out some things. That at 21 years old, you were in a you're in a university in another country, running a business, and you failed, so-called.
Right.
But the fact that you have that experience is unremarkable. Is remarkable. It's completely like at 21 that you created a business and lost a business, and you have all the experience of that at 21 years old. That's amazing.
Yeah. That's what you have to draw from it. I feel like that's what you have to. You
Yeah.
do have to take something from it. Like,
Yeah, the experience of actually creating a business and then liquidating, and a business, you've got to see the rise and fall of something such that you get to really take from that experience for the rest of your life. Anything you're going to start, you're going to see how you started that and what you can do different, and then when you're losing something, or something's not working out, that that it's not for you, and there's an easy way to shift gears from going down with it, passing it off, or whatever it is. But the fact that you're 21 years old, you went to a university in Canada, and you started a painting business on your own, and then you lost it, is remarkable. I mean, that's